The 2023-24 FPL season has been underway for 2 weeks. In an effort to account for fixture rotation for the following game weeks, I'll try to put together a first draft that includes a balanced team. I opted for the 3-5-2 formation due to the value we have in midfield this year. In order to have a flexible approach for soon-to-come player lists of targets, I have set aside £0.5 million in this draft. Despite that, Trent Alexander-Arnold will regrettably not feature in this draft because of my decision to include 2 premium picks, but it will result in a more balanced team. I set a goal for this video to make a draft that includes both Haaland and Kane. Excellent opening fixtures against Sheffield, Brentford and Wolves. Palace goalkeeper John Stone is my choice between the sticks. Since Hutchinson took charge in Gameweek 30 last season, Crystal Palace ranked second in fewest expected goal conceded behind Aston Villa. Sam John Stone has recorded 2.75 saves on average since Gameweek 30. He certainly has the potential to rack up saves points. Gabriel had a 5.04 expected goals last season, which placed him first among defenders despite succeeding to only score 3 goals. This season, his price has been set at £5 million, making him less costly than most of his teammates. Arsenal has a run of favourable fixtures, making him an essential pick at the back. The great goal involvement potential of Pervis Estupiñán earns him a spot in the draft. Last year, among defenders, he was ranked 5th in terms of predicted assists. Additionally, out of 26 starts, he had a hand in 6 goals. Brighton's first 3 games will include fixtures against Luton Town, Wolves and West Ham, which all have clean sheet potential. Last season, Fulham performed greater than anticipated, finishing in the top half of the table and keeping 9 clean sheets. As a left-back, Robinson is known for his attacking capabilities. He frequently makes moves forward to support the attack, contributing with crosses, key passes, and sometimes even assists. He was picked because Burnley and Fulham provide a solid rotation pairing. In the first part of the season, you won't have to face any of the top 6 of last year's season. Enciso, who is generously priced at £5.5 million, might turn out to be a midfield steal. He has 40 points since Gameweek 30, placing him second among Brighton midfielders in FPL points, averaging 5 points per game. In the first week, Brighton hosts the recently promoted Luton, then Wolves and West Ham. Since the restart last season, no team had higher expected goals than Brighton with 51.10. To decide if he can be a regular starter for the Seagulls, his minutes in pre-season games need to be closely monitored. This year, Bruno Fernandes' price dropped significantly to £8.5 million, making him £0.5 million cheaper than Rashford. With 16.8, Fernandes provided more expected goal assists than any other player in the Premier League last year. The United captain ranked second among his teammates in terms of goal involvement, behind Marcus Rashford, with 8 goals and 9 assists. Not to forget, he also takes on penalty duties. This year, Bukayo Saka has a price tag of £8.5 million, which wasn't surprising given his 202 FPL point total from the prior season. With 26, Saka was second among midfielders in terms of goal involvement, just behind Salah of Liverpool. Arsenal's opening round opponents are Forest and Fulham, 2 of the sides that allowed the most shots in the Premier League last season. Bukayo Saka is also in penalty duties for Arsenal, scoring 2 and missing 1 last year. This year, Brian Mbeumo FPL position changed, as he was moved back to midfield. Given how many forward options there are in the game, this could prove beneficial. In the 3 games Tony was absent due to his ban, the Cameroonian international scored 3 goals and provided 2 assists. He is also expected to be Brentford's penalty taker in Ivan Toney's absence. With matches against Fulham, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth in the first 4 games, Mbeumo can fill in for Brentford in the absence of Ivan Toney. Unexpectedly, Gabriel Martinelli's price was only set at £8 million, despite his outstanding 198-point campaign from the following season. Since Gameweek 25, Martinelli ranks second in FPL points behind Mohamed Salah among midfielder, despite missing 3 games. He had 11 goal involvements during that period, including 7 goals and 4 assists. With matches against Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, and Fulham in the first 3 games, Martinelli can certainly excel in that run of fixtures. After breaking the Premier League goal-scoring record last season with 36 goals, Erling Haaland's starting price has increased to 14 million. He has now joined Ronaldo, Henry, and Van Persie as players who have achieved that price tag. It is still a simple choice to select the Norwegian right away given Manchester City's favourable schedule up to Gameweek 7. Harry Kane, now valued at 12.5 million, enters the draft following a successful FPL season in 2022-23. He scored 263 points in FPL last year, which was his highest record, despite Tottenham failing to qualify to any European competition. He was able to amass 39 FPL goal involvement during that time, scoring 30 goals and providing out 9 assists. Despite games against 2 of the newly promoted teams in the first 5 opening fixtures, only 12.6% FPL managers own him. Flecken, Brentford's newest signing, performed well for Freiburg last season, ranking first in the Bundesliga for clean sheets with 13. Thomas Frank confirmed that he will be Brentford's starting number 1 this season. If you rotate Brentford and Palace defenders properly until Gameweek 15, you will have 0 out 15 fixtures against the top 6 in the prior season, 2 out 15 fixtures against teams that finished 7th to 10th the previous season, and 13 out 15 fixtures against teams who finished 11th to 16th and newly promoted teams the previous season. Thus, he and Sam Johnstone make the draft. Amari Bell of Luton Town, who is only priced at 4 million, has drawn the attention of FPL managers. Out of the 47 games he played in the season, Bell kept a clean sheet in 20 of them, scoring 1 goal and assisting in another. If you rotate Luton Town and Brighton defence accurately, you won't face neither of last season's top 6 sides at all in the first half of the season. The German international Bayer makes the team, who is also valued at £4 million, starts every game for Burnley and has guaranteed playing time under Vincent Kompany. Burnley's fixtures rotate well with Fulham, hence I am keen in rotating him with Robinson. As the potential best 4.5 million forward bench enabler, Archer enters the draft, though he will not be on my squad selection for the upcoming game weeks. I would need my first 11 to be fit, or I might soon be required to use an early wildcard. For the on-band, I opted to go with Haaland. Haaland is ranked first among all players in big chances since game week 17 with 38. When Erling Haaland played the Clarets in the FA Cup last season, he recorded his 6th hat-trick in that season. Saka takes the vice-captaincy, facing Forest at the Emirates. Nottingham Forest are ranked 3rd in expected goals conceded since the restart of last season.